Okay, so now we're at the deck and head, shoulders. So before we start any work here, we're actually going to remove our client's eye pillow because it will move around. So you're going to let them know that this is where you are before you come in and take it away. Okay. So I'm just going to pull these back. Going to apply a bit of oil, but there's already some oil there. Okay, so we're going to do overlapping strokes on the sternum. And what we're doing is working our way down as far as our client feels comfortable, and then we're going to do circle movements through intercostal muscles on the way back up again. So for a male, this is different. And that we'll do in class. So we're going to come up through to the clavicles. Figure 8, two hands together, working at different speeds. So the lateral hand's going to go across traps, up the back of neck to occipital, while the medial hand will only go around the shoulder, then they catch up. If your client has large breasts, you will need to actually push into their breasts slightly, because you don't want to put any pressure or any work above the actual clavicles themselves, because this area here is an endangerment area. So we're going to do this twice on both sides. Going to meet back in the middle, separate, and we're going to come in and we're going to lift the head. So we're going to bring my fingers like this underneath her neck, spin and support her occipitals in my palm. Now I'm going to turn, so I've got thumbs in front of her ears so that there's something supporting her, making sure that she feels as though she's not going to roll forward. As I'm turning her head, I'm actually going to do a long palm draw up from the shoulder, across the upper traps, up the back of the neck. So I'm warming the tissue. So even though my thumb is going here at the moment, there is no pressure there whatsoever. Now I'm going to do knuckles. I'm going to start with straight, light knuckles. Making sure that I'm only staying where there's muscle tissue. I'm not putting knuckles over bone. And once again, my thumb is not putting any pressure. So I've warmed up, now I can do some circular knuckles over upper traps. Still no pressure with your thumb. No bone on bone, making sure that you stay where there is muscle only. I'm just going to go a bit deeper with my knuckles. So I'm going to straighten her head slightly and put my hand on her shoulder. So I'll get you to take a breath in and out. And then you're just going to push on shoulder and give a slight stretch in the neck. Okay, effleuraging up, and we're going to change over and do the other side. Thumb in front of ear, supporting occipital. Turning head slowly, giving a moment in the middle so that they don't get dizzy. And then you just move to the other side. So we do long palm draw up. Warming tissue. And doing soft knuckles. Circular knuckles through upper traps. Up the back of the neck. Firmer knuckles. Still no pressure with thumb. I'll get you to take a breath in and out. I'm going to bring her head back and just do some work through the occipitals. And you can slow right down when you're working through here. You can do some equal work through the neck. And just pulling up underneath and through up to the occipitals. So now we're going to come up and we're going to do the head and face. So effleuraging to make my way up. So I've got my thumbs on her face now. And I'm going to start stroking up through the third eye. We hold a lot of tension in this area, so it's nice to start here. Pulling out and down. So this is with thumbs over third eye area, draw up and row across forehead. Now we can go circles across forehead and temples using soft fingers. So the face is another area where your client wants you to work slowly. And have the pressure so it's actually always on the up and out, so we don't put pressure and move our client's face around. We actually want to up and out is the pressure. So we're still at this area. Figure 8 at temples. Trace lower orbit of eye. Trace and lift upper orbit. So we're going to lift through the eyebrows, stretching out. Figure 8. Tracing once again, no pressure, coming up, and now we're going to pinch through eyebrows, medial to lateral. Lower orbit of eye, and we're now going to work through the muscles in the cheeks that we chew with out to the jawline. Gently pinch along jawline, lateral to medial. Circular frictions along jaw, so pressure on the out, glide around, out to ears. So we're going to do some work just in front of the ears here. I'm going to pull down and up. Some work around the temples, coming back to the third eye. So we're going to stroke up third eye, light fingertip to potent over the face. Gentle to soothe, gentle effleurage. Hold hands still for 2 seconds, covering forehead and temples. So we can, if we have excess oil, we can wipe off one at a time. And now we're going to massage through the scalp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with some fascial stretches. So I'm actually going to support and move, and then support and move. So I'll do it on both sides. So I'm supporting and I'm moving the scalp, which is a nice move, especially if your client gets headaches. If you wanted to, at this point, you can turn your client's head and you can work behind as well. So I'm supporting and moving with opposite hands now. So I'll just show you what it looks like if you did it from behind. So the next move is I'm going to be doing this motion with my thumbs from the top down and this motion with my fingers. So slow, remembering that when you finish off an area you want to slow your motions down. This is a nice thing to do if your client has, they're getting eyelash tinting, or they have a mask on. You can do these kind of movements while you're waiting. It's best always to have contact with your client. So now we're going to just rake through the scalp. So dry stroking, scalp to the ends of the hair, remembering that we collect excess electromagnetic energy in our hair, so we're actually going to pull our hands all the way down to the ends of our hair. So we're going to finish up. And take your hands off your client slowly. Just release the pressure slowly from your client. So we're going to leave our client for a moment. We're going to come down. We're going to wash their feet once again. So the towels are very hot at the moment. So I'm going to shake them out. Test. You don't want to release too much heat. I'm just going to lay over the top. Cover. Cover. So you're going to come up, you're going to touch your client on the side of their shoulder. So you'll put a bath mat down and you'll do this differently. We'll do both variations in class, but I'm just going to do it as if I was doing it for practice here. So I would put a bath mat down, I would touch my client on the shoulder that the bath mat is on, and I'll say to my client, so I'll get you to take your time, and when you're ready, roll to this side, sit on the edge of the table for a while, and then hop down with both feet when you feel ready. And then you'll leave your client, and it's up to them to take their time and come out when they're ready. Thank you.